Property prices are going up, and up to the moon. Right? It's not just in Singapore, but actually globally as well. So Knight Frank just released a data across the world and actually has shown what is the percentage increase.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
And I'm Shawn.
And together we are the co-founders of
Quadrant.
So where is Singapore on this price increase? Let's take a look. Singapore is ranked number 27 in the world in terms of the most growth worldwide.
Yeah, so if we look at it, actually Singapore growth in the last 12 months was at 6.1%. Actually, 6.1% for a country that is pretty much been regulated in the sense of through cooling measures and everything, that is really pretty good. Because in the past, few growth has only been at 2+%, so these are almost 3x growth, right? Just in the last 1 year. That's pretty amazing.
So what is happening around the world that almost every country is going up? So let's talk about this.
Yeah. So I think the few countries that we are exposed to is UK. So UK have seen 10.2% increase in just 1 year. Wow. And we are also exposed in countries like Australia. They have grown 8.3% in 1 year. That's pretty amazing. And Germany?
Germany, places in Europe, right, is going up 8%. So 8.1% for Germany
And who actually tops the chart? Just curious, right? And the one that tops the chart is actually Turkey and New Zealand. But we are currently not vested in Turkey, so I do not have much insights into that. However, what's your thoughts on New Zealand? Why is it at 22.1%? Guys, 22.1% in 1 year. That's insane to me, man.
Yeah, well, the thing is for New Zealand, right, even before this whole pandemic, COVID-19 happened, right, New Zealand was in a shortage of housing as compared to demand. So demand way outstrips supply. And during this whole pandemic, right, what happens is there are construction delays, not just in Singapore, also worldwide.
Yeah, so actually for me, we actually have a privilege of buying a New Zealand property just only about 6 months ago. I mean, slightly less than 6 months ago. We bought one at the city centre in Christchurch as we opened about it, right? And it was really very hard to find a property to purchase. I cannot stress how difficult is it for us to even find a unit to enter into. And that's something that really speaks volume in terms of the demand of housing, especially in New Zealand itself. 22.1%, that's pretty insane. So, Ivan, do share with me, why do you think this is happening throughout the world? I think these are figures that we have not seen in the last 10, 20 years. I think this is 20% growth in 1 year is something we can only imagine happening in the stock market, but not in property. Why do you think this is happening throughout the world?
First of all, right, we talk about the construction delays and what so, right, and there is definitely cost pressures because why? Raw material prices are going up, and this raises the cost, right? And point number two, right, is that because of this whole COVID-19 situation, there has been a migration to working from home. And the thing is, if you're going to be working from home, right, would you rather be working in a very small, cramped house, or you want more space, you need a study room for yourself and another room, right, so that your spouse can work too?
100%, right? And on top of that, I also think that it's largely due to the very low interest rate environment throughout, not just in Singapore, throughout the world as well. And that, of course, with lower interest rate, it just encourages people to borrow more money, just means their mortgage payment per month is cheaper, and therefore they are then able to either afford a bigger place, or they are actually paying a slight premium for a place that they think they are able to afford. Overall, I would say it's not too surprising as well. I mean, it's good data, but it's not too surprising because I think coupled with, as you mentioned, the working from home environment, even I myself, I upgraded my home to a much bigger space because I just cannot work in such a small environment. So I think I am also one of the beneficiary and also contributor of such data.
Yeah, well, the thing is this, when you talk about the low interest rate environment, right, let's break it down into simpler terms. You see, a low interest means a lower monthly installment purely because the amount of interest paid is lower. And when this happens, right, it makes it more worthwhile to buy a property than rent. And this is why, right, there's a push in the market, right, for more demand in buying, and when this happens, right, this is where prices also go up.
Yes, but guys, a word of caution out there is that doesn't mean that in the last 12 months we have seen high growth, doesn't mean that the next 12 months we'll continuously see high growth. So just do remember to just do your research, understand what's on the ground before you even make any form of property investment decision.
Yes, but having seen all this data, right, it actually brings a new insight to my mind. Okay, and the thing is this, outside of Singapore, right, I mean, like, if we are just talking about within Singapore itself, what we see is like, wow, 6% increase, wow, it's a lot. But once you compare to various countries, right, this is the norm. This is, I think it's like COVID-19, right? This is the new norm because cost pressures, it cannot run away.
Exactly. Yes, once again, I think the government in Singapore is doing a good thing to make housing as affordable as possible, and that of course then contributes to a slightly lower in terms of capital position throughout as compared to other countries. So, but all in all, I think every country have its pros and cons. Yeah. So once again, if you're looking as an investment, do remember to do your own research, do your due diligence, understand the country before entering. Do not just because you see Turkey is at rank number 1 at 32% at 12-month growth, you jump into it and buy the next property that comes to the market. Do ensure that please do your research before jumping in.
So I hope you learned something from this video today, right? And once again, I'm Ivan.
And I'm Shawn.
And do remember to like and subscribe to our channel so that we can provide you with more insights and more updates on the property market.
Yes, and as well, I think I would love to hear from you guys as well. If you guys have any experience, if you're even overseas property purchase and you've seen, you have experienced firsthand in terms of this crazy demand, outlasting supply, do share in the comments, and I mean, we're just happy to learn from one another.
Alright, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.